in our state and throughout our country right now because the economy is doing okay. But what that also means is that we actually have a lot of job openings, and people that are looking for jobs have a lot of options for jobs. However, getting a degree in something and not knowing a path that it can go into might make you take a job that you don't need that degree in. When talking about thinking about how do I know what I'm good at or what I might be interested in, you guys are taking this class because potentially you have an interest in healthcare. I know we have some, who is a youth apprentice in here? Do we have any youth apprentices? We have a couple. Do we have any CNAs? Okay, awesome. So, youth apprenticeship. Are you a vet? Where are you? Finance. Which bank are you at? Nexus. Okay. So youth apprenticeship is one way to look at careers. Those of you that are juniors, this is an option for you. It's one way for you to kind of explore a career path. It does not mean you have to do that for the rest of your life, but in youth apprenticeship, you get time. If your schedule, if you're done at a certain time during the day, you can leave school and go to work, and it is totally okay. You have to be in a school-based, school-to-work program to do that. In the state of Wisconsin, the child labor laws say it is illegal for an employer to employ you during your school hour days, even if you don't have classes. You are not allowed to leave school to go to work if you are not in a school-based program, school-based, school-to-school-to-work program. So YA is one of those programs. Anybody in marketing internship? Anybody in business opportunities? Those are the other two programs that we have. Also early childhood. Anybody in aspiring educators? Those are the only programs you can be in those classes and legally leave school to go to work. With youth apprenticeship, if juniors you're interested in healthcare, these are your options. I did not put on here the agriculture option, but there is an option in vet science as well, to work at vet clinics. We have 2 or 3 students right now that are working at vet clinics, and one of them assists with surgeries all the time. Oh, it's so gross, but it's awesome, because that's great experience. So CNA, dietary aides, pharmacy technicians, dental assistants, optometry, physical therapy, people in physical therapy offices, and medical office are all options for juniors if you're thinking about being a youth apprentice. The requirement is that you're a junior or senior, that you have a 2.5 cumulative GPA, that's an average of all your GPAs from freshman year until junior year. If you're a little low, we may work with you on that. Good attendance, what does that mean? On the application for youth apprenticeship, the youth apprenticeship teacher actually has to write down your GPA and how many days you've been missing or absent for every year of school in high school. So employers will not interview you if you have poor attendance. What we do is we actually count up all the mods that you've missed that were not excused and divide them by 21 and we come up with days. So if you don't go to homeroom ever, it won't look good on a YA application. How you get to be a YA, you complete the application, you create a resume, and you create a cover letter. And you get assistance in doing that. And then you get to interview with businesses that are looking for students in certain areas. There's a teacher that works with YA, it's Mrs. Yankee. She is a business and marketing teacher as well. And then part of her day is set aside to work with youth apprenticeship students and work through the application process and work with employers and all that stuff. I'm here to help with that as well.
Ms. Pond, am I correct in saying that with this career cruising that we've installed, that the kids should take it a little more serious than what they are, because it's sort of give them a better outlook on their job? Because if you took it as a freshman and then as a junior and you keep coming up with that same result on your matchmaker, it might be telling you that's your pathway. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes. And Career Cruising is a free resource for you while you're a student here. You can access it anywhere that you have Wi-Fi. You don't have to be at Wausau West to do it. Look at that matchmaker. Look at those careers. Click on that career. Watch a video that's uploaded about it. Read about what people love and hate about their careers. That's all important. When I was a high school student, I am a first-generation college student. That means that my parents do not have a bachelor's degree. When my mom was in high school, her parents told her, "You're a girl, we're not going to waste money sending you to college." Okay, so my mom managed a Piggly Wiggly grocery store. My dad went into the Army. After the Army, he did get an associate degree eventually as an adult student, but I was still a first-generation college student because my dad and mom did not have bachelor's degrees. As a high school student, it was ingrained in me, you are going to college. There was no identification of what college meant. Okay, college. I didn't know. I felt pressured to go into a 4-year system, which is common. but I didn't want to. I didn't want to go to college if I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Why go, why spend money if I didn't know? My mom sat me down in December of my senior year with the paper UW application at our kitchen table and forced me to fill it out. It is easy now, you can do it on computers, you can save it, you can come back to it. I had to fill out that darn thing by hand. I didn't want to, okay? I didn't know what I wanted to be. My mom told me the whole time, you should work with students, you should be a high school teacher. Never. I said, absolutely not. I have no interest in ever working in a high school, ever in my whole entire life. And then when I was 27, I started working here, okay? I didn't have a high school counselor that talked to me. I had a counselor that called us in for a credit check our senior year to make sure we had all the credits we needed to graduate. And when that counselor called me in to talk to me, all he did was talk about my father, who he counseled when my dad was in high school. You guys have resources. You have a counselor. You may or may not have a relationship with him or her. You have me. You have email. You can email me at midnight, and I'll get back to you when I get to work, because I'm not waking up at midnight to answer my email. I have a lot of students that send me emails over the weekends and at night. I have students that say, hey, my mom brought up this question at dinner, and I think I should ask you this. If you don't want to come see me, that's fine. Send an email. Send an email to your counselor. You have career cruising. You have a tool. You got the internet, man. I didn't have the internet. Okay? I remember when we got dial-up. I remember the sound of dial-up. I remember getting AOL Messenger. My first Hotmail account was 16. I went to college and they had to teach our professors how to use email. Okay? It's a different time now. You have resources at your fingertips. Career cruising is a great one. Learn about yourself a little bit and explore some options that are out there. I'm going to skip that.
When I first went to college, we communicated by smoke signals.
Another option for those of you that are juniors. So there's youth apprenticeship. There's also your elective choices. Wausau West is awesome. You can take all these awesome electives. Some of them are located in the PE department, like young adult medicine. We have a lot of career and technical electives as well. And I'm going to play this quick video because if you're a junior or senior, if you're a junior, you can also take Health Op 1 and Health Op 2 next year, or you can take medical terminology if you have not done those already and you're interested in healthcare. Ooh, how would I do that?
I'm able to apply what I've learned in the classroom into real life experiences and be able to use that then later on in my future career.
I've been exposed to so many different health careers and some that I never even knew existed.
I'm in work-based learning, so I'm a pharmacy technician. I learn how to work with patients, I learn how to work with co-workers. I worked at a construction business last summer, and there I'm right on the job site. I've learned so much. I work and I get credit for school.
It's given me my work ethic, and it's given me my perseverance. And to me, these are very strong values that I carry.
I spoke more to people, I became more social, and I got all these leadership skills.
Public speaking, time management, communication.
Builds strong leaders and builds strong people in general.
Being involved in the CTSO has made me more professional, responsible,
Career
and
Technical
mature.
Student Organization is
To be
CTSO.
part of an organization where we're a group that's constantly encouraging people to be the best person that they can be. I never necessarily knew I'd find it through a career technical organization, but I'm happy that this is where I found it.
This has helped me know who I am and what I want to do.
What I'm learning today and how I'm interacting with people is going to be absolutely perfect in my career field.
Check out what CTE has to offer. It's a great opportunity. Thanks so much.
So, career technical student education. Again, if you're looking at medical, we've got options in CT classes. Business, marketing, agriculture, engineering, technology, woods, graphics. Those are all options for you that you can take as electives here at West. What else can you do as a student now, and maybe you're sitting here going, I've got an idea, or I'm completely clueless as to what to do after high school. So explore those CTE classes, explore other electives too. If music, if art interests you, if modern language, foreign language interests you, take those classes, use this time, because when you graduate, You've got to pay a lot of money to take classes like that, so do it now. If you're a junior, think about applying for youth apprenticeship. How you do that is when it comes time to register for your classes for next year, so we do that in what, January, I think? Advisor advisees, like beginning of February. When you choose your classes, sign up for youth apprenticeship. And you have to choose which kind, agriculture or health science. If you do health, you don't have to decide what type of health, you just have to choose health. You register for a full load of classes and youth apprenticeship, just in case you decide not to do it or you don't get hired, then we can drop YA from your schedule. But if you do get hired and you are going to become a youth apprentice, we can drop a different elective from your schedule. Volunteer. How many of you guys are current volunteers somewhere? Like repeated volunteers? Anybody in a healthcare facility? Where are you volunteering there? Aspires. What do you do for the Aspires volunteer program?
I'm just at like the front desk and I've got people.
The info desk, like the main one?
It's like on NICU.
Oh, okay. The NICU info desk. Awesome. Anybody else working in healthcare somewhere? Where are you working? Volunteer. Aspires. What department are you in? Dietary aid. Awesome. Anybody working not in healthcare as a volunteer? So volunteering, you can do a one-time thing. There are plenty of organizations that need one-time volunteers. You can do a continual one like these folks at Aspirus, where you have to be trained, you have to dress a certain way, you have to potentially get shots, and you have to get a TB test and all of that stuff, right? Volunteering is a great way to figure out if you know that career path is for you. When I was in high school, before that dreaded senior year and I didn't know what school to apply to or that I wanted to go to college, earlier on I thought I would become a nurse because I liked people. And I could deal with people and nurses paid me money, and even eons ago, when I was in high school, there was a need for nurses. So one summer after junior year, I signed up to be a volunteer at a hospital in Appleton where I am from. And I got my little polo and I got my name tag and I bought a pair of khakis that I had to wear. And I went to training and got my TB test and everything. And they placed me in the post-surgery unit. So my job was very simple. I had to bring in fresh water and cups into the rooms where people were recovering from surgery. I had to change their towels, bring in new linens. If they got deliveries like gifts, flowers, balloons, I would bring those to their room. That was all I had to do, super easy. After the first week of volunteering, I wanted to quit because I couldn't stand the way the hospital smelled. I couldn't stand seeing people that were in pain or uncomfortable. I couldn't stand seeing people that had sutures. I couldn't stand seeing people without their clothes on. Okay, that happens in healthcare. I realized I like people, but I like them healthy and fully dressed. You need to figure out what would work for you. If you decide, if I would have gone with, oh, I guess I'll just be a nurse because I think that will be fine, I wouldn't have figured out until I did a clinical or an internship as a college student that I physically can't handle the healthcare environment. All right, so try volunteering. Job shadowing, has anyone done a job shadow before? Few people, awesome. Job shadowing is a great way to check out a career. It might be more of an informational interview where you actually get to ask somebody about their job, or maybe you get to actually see them in action. Job shadowing could be 2 or 3 hours long. You could certainly set up a day-long job shadow. I can excuse you from school for just a couple hours if you'd like to do a job shadow. If that's something that interests you, let me know, shoot me an email, stop in to see me. I have a packet of paperwork I have you fill out, and then I give you some suggestions of places to contact. If you're looking at healthcare, the only healthcare facility for hospitals that let students in is Aspirus, and you have to work with me because I put you through HR, and then HR works with you directly to get you set up in a job shadow experience. Get a job. How many of you guys are working? Awesome. I encourage you, if you have the time and your family will allow it, to get a job at some point in your high school career. You need those skills. You need money handling skills. You need soft skills. You need people, interpersonal skills, communication skills. Getting a job will give you a chance to earn some money to use however you wish, or save it for a rainy day, or save it for future education. But also, getting a job helps you figure out what you do or don't want to do with your life. Just because you get a job at McDonald's or Subway doesn't mean that you're destined to work in the food service industry for the rest of your life. Tour college campuses. If you are clueless sitting here and you're thinking, I think I want to go get some type of a degree after high school, but I don't know what, You guys, within 40 miles of Wausau, we have a 4-year campus, we have a 2-year campus, and we have a technical college. Tour those, even if they're not on your radar. If you're like, oh my God, they're just in my backyard. Tour them, because then you can compare them if you decide to go somewhere else. Touring campus is a great way to figure out if maybe something will spark your interest there. Maybe you'll learn about a major or a career path you hadn't thought of. But also going to a campus will help you know if you can survive it for 1, 2, 3, 4 more years. I went on tours in high school. There was one UW campus, I won't tell you which one, but there was one campus that within 5 minutes of the group tour I was on, I turned to my mom and said, absolutely not, I hate this place. And we ditched the tour and left. You need to know that you would like being there. Explore registered adult apprenticeships, which I talked about, which is that on-the-job training, and you're getting paid while you're being trained and paid to take classes. And then talk to people. Talk to academic and career advisors at college. If you decide to go on for a program at a technical college or a program at a 2-year UW or at a 4-year campus, public or private, there are people there to help you. You're not alone. The academic advisors and career advisors are kind of a mixture between a high school counselor and myself. They're there to help you figure out what to do with your life. If you're undecided, you get assigned somebody right away who's an advisor, who will help you choose your classes and try to help you explore what you're good at. Talk to them. Go to the career services place. Get help writing a resume. Get help doing some more research on careers. They can do personality tests there. They can do more career assessments. Use those folks to help you figure out where your skills are and what you should be doing. That looks terrible, but that is a screenshot of my website. Again, my background is not IT, so it's just a Google site. But if you go to the West website, west.wausauschools.org, and you click on the bar in the middle of the page that says Student Services, and then you select Career Center. I have a lot of information on there. I have a number of videos on there for you and your family. I have information on how to research careers, how to research any post-secondary college option, information on apprenticeships, youth apprenticeship, adult apprenticeship, so please check that out. Do you guys have any questions? There's a minute left. Yes? Lots. Yes. Not here at last. Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
No, that's okay.
Are you ready?